Yo, what is going on? It is Monday, November 24th, 8:57 p.m. Just got back from class, quick little shower, soapy clean. But today was a very shitty day as far as price moved. No trades today. And I'm glad that I took no trades today actually. I don't really think any of these were valid trades, to be honest. Like if I would have entered and lost today, I would have been upset at myself, but let's talk about it. So coming into the day, I did have a bullish narrative overall, and I wanted to see a swing down into this hourly gap right here, tag it, and then seek London high. NQ would never do that though. NQ would never. So we just sprint up. So if you would have hit the buy button, that would have played out. But if we take a look at this, when this candle closes, we don't inverse any gaps. There's no 1 minute gaps here. So there was nothing to just open up with an inverse off of. And then if we go like, let's say the 2 minute, right? I guess like this 2 minute gap, you're already up here. Like, dude, genuinely, like unless you just hit buy it open, nothing. And then let's come over here. Where's ES? Because I need ES as reasoning as to why I faded this trade. So if we take a look over here, we had a 5 minute gap open up. Bang, right? So out of this 5 minute gap, I'll just leave it like that. We had a 2 minute open up, which was right here. Had this 2 minute open up. However, if we take a look, I didn't feel like this trade was valid. Like I wanted to see ES, as you can see how close ES was to this low. I wanted to see ES come down SMT and then take the inverse. And anyways, we had taken about 8 minutes to inverse it to begin with. You see how close ES was right here. It was 3.5 points away. I want to see an SMT. When we're staying this high on NQ and we're this low to a prominent low such as this on ES, I'm going to want to see that low SMT just so I get more confluence, just so I get better conviction, just a stronger overall trade. However, when let me make my face a little bigger. Yeah, I know that we're gonna seek a little bit lower. Like I knew this SMT was gonna be made, but I knew we were gonna fall a little bit lower because ES had to go lower to take this low, take this 930 liquidity. Off of this, if we would have gone something like this, if we would have gone like an inverse here, I would have been 100% willing to take it, but we didn't. What did we leave though in here when we had that SMT? We left a 1 minute. We left a 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. So here's when we had that SMT, right? So we had the SMT now right here. And then we just failed to close this 1 minute, bro. Look at when we closed it. We technically didn't close it here. You see the gap. We closed it 9 minutes later. I'm good off that. Now, this trade did close on MNQ. MNQ did have this gap close. However, as we see, NQ missed it by a tick. So just out of my own rules and my own safety net that I like to have, my own, just list of rules that I like to have, it didn't inverse on both assets. So I'm not taking it. Other than that, this would have been a beautiful continuation model. I would have just targeted previous day high, which I would have targeted this 15 minute because previous day high didn't come into play. When the previous day, okay, we're not even going to see when previous day high came into play. It would have been that 15 minute. Another trade would have been that previous day high. But yeah, it would have just been that 15 minute, right? And honestly, would have been beautiful RR. Other than that, as you can see, the day just had a lot of inverses failing up and down. We come down, we chop a lot of wicks, and then we just chop our way all the way up, leaving no gaps in this leg to come into or anything. As you can see, no 5 minute gaps that we tagged into right here. We didn't tag this 5 minute with any gaps. If we take a look right here. Oh, this was already 12. My bad. But yeah, as you can see, we tagged no 5 minute gaps by time 11 opened up. We had this one, but nah. Let's take a look at this trade over here. We had already tagged that 15 minute. We had no inverse down in here. Honestly, yeah, we had no ones. That means we had no 3, yeah. Just was nothing to take there as a continuation to whatever liquidity pool you would have wanted to seek because we didn't even get up here yet. So yeah, today was a very shitty day for me specifically. Let's talk about the worst part of the day. Yep, per usual, right, on the funded. So I just got to start ripping this bitch, bro. It's no more ifs, ands, or buts. I'm ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow we do have good news coming up. But yeah, and then just gonna make a decision tonight whether I'm getting essential, premium, and then probably stuck between 3 top step accounts or 2 alphas. I know I'm not supposed to scale up at this point, but I don't care no more, bro. I'm going all in. Like I'm tired of waiting. Yeah, just not a day that I would have want to been in the markets, and not a day where a valid trade played out. That 1 minute, had it closed on both assets, would have been valid. I would have been okay with that trade, and that trade. Actually, let me double check before we do bounce out of here what that trade would have ran me. I'm actually curious before we bounce out. Let's see if I would have been. I would have went break even once we took like this high. Would have been break even because yeah, we would have gone stopped out to the tick and then ran up. So yeah, 100% would have been a break even trade. But yeah, that's about it. That's all that I got for today. I'm ready. I've been feeling a lot more, ready to risk. Why haven't I been trading my funded? Because I was so focused on passing those 2 evals, but now they are. One is gone by accident. Dumbest fucking mistake I've made, and one is $1,000 away now. So I went from inches away from having my end of the year goal to now back to square one. I'm not gonna let that demotivate me. I'm not gonna let that put me down. I'm not gonna let that make me lose faith. I can still accomplish those goals of having 3 to 5 funded accounts by the end of the year, and I will. So let's get to it. Let's get to work. Catch you guys tomorrow.